Hi guys and girls. So I thought I'd do a few videos just covering a few different parts of the swing and hopefully some of you might learn something from it um, or it might just reinforce some of the things you already know um, and hopefully you get a chance to practice a few things. So take a look. So for putting setup, there are a few key fundamental points that you've got to try and make sure that you can get just to make sure everything's is a repeatable action and make sure that everything you're doing is very reliable. That's the key with putting and making sure that the club face is coming back consistently square every time. The face is so important in putting. So there's a few key points that I think that can really help just to try and get you used to it. Now, we want to first of all think about grip. You can have a few different grips. I would say if you're a beginner, then just stick with what you've been doing with your irons. If you're slightly more advanced, then you can try and change around a little bit, try and get the fingers down either side of the shaft. You can see I've got a slightly fatter grip here, and that just really helps me with my thumbs staying a bit more on top of the club. But in general, there are a load of different grips. There's also a left hand over right. There's a claw. There's loads. So find one that is right for you. There is no correct with this. It's just got to be right for you. So I would say find one, play around with it, and just see what you can repeat the easiest. That's probably the most important thing. So for me, I just have my left index finger over the top of my right fingers. I don't interlock anything at the back. Right index finger down the shaft, thumbs on top. Again, partly because of the grip. Also, that just I've always used it. It just makes life for me very easy. So with that being said, once you feel like you've got a nice grip and you feel like you're comfortable with that, get yourself into a good setup position. So I would say first things first, get the club dead flat on the floor. Okay, dead flush on the floor. Now what that will help with is aligning the shaft with that right arm. So once you get into that position with the club flat on the floor, you should feel as though that shaft is just going to be an extension of that right forearm. It really helps just keeping the club consistently moving back and through the ball, and it really helps with club face control. Also with that, then making sure body position, set up, feet again around the hip width apart area. Again, you can go a bit wider, you can go a bit narrower. It's largely about what's more comfortable for you. I'd say what's more important is that making sure that once you're in that position with the feet, there's a little bit of bend in the knees. You must remember a straight back because the upper body really is the only thing that's going to be moving here. So dead straight back, pull the shoulder blades down, okay? So they are sitting flush on the rib cage, and that will really help get you into a position where you feel as though the upper body is doing the work. Okay, there's going to be no movement from the hips, nothing from down here. There's going to be no movement here at all, and you feel as though once you're set, ball position ever so slightly further forward. Once you're set in that position, you're then going to try and work out a little bit of balance, and hopefully by this point, with a nice straight back, you should see then that your eyes will be straight over the top of the ball. Okay, so you can see there my eyes are dead on top of the ball. Now for me, it feels as though my weight just pushes slightly forward so that I've got all the weight across my the balls of my feet, so slightly further forward than I usually would in chipping or pitching or full swing or anything like that. But for me that really helps. For a lot of people, they prefer to go into that position again, eyes on top of the ball, and bring their feet in a little bit. Okay, so that's not a problem. Just find something that's repeatable. That's the most important thing. You've got to be able to return that club face the same every single time. So I hope you've got something from that, whether it be something new or it's just a better understanding of what you already know. hopefully you get a chance to be able to practice it and look after yourselves.